Hey folks, welcome back. It's time for some more Hearts of Iron 4. And at the end of the last episode, you'll have seen that we made quite some advances against India and the Allies in general, until the Soviet Union got in the way. And that's a bit of a problem, because we are currently friendly with the Soviet Union, but they are blocking our access to the lands that we want to go and capture over here. So, we need to find a way, now that China is well and truly secured. I mean, we might consider these. I don't know. There's not much in them, really. But we need to find a way to get at the Allies. We've got Australia down here. I don't know. There's not a lot in Australia, is there, resource-wise, for us to really put some effort into. A bit of steel. A bit of aluminium. Actually, quite a lot of aluminium. Okay, maybe Australia would be a good one to go for in that case. Is it like a stopping off point? I wouldn't mind it. We need to find ourselves an allied island somewhere that we can drop in on to claim as China, and from there we need to launch a naval invasion and take Australia for ourselves. So it's not going to be easy. We just got to find ourselves a suitable island to do it from. That would do. It's got a base. It's off there. Actually, no, that's owned by Portugal. Okay, that's not going to work. That reminds me, Portugal might be a thorn in our sides here if they join the Allies. But we should have an army. There was supposed to be an army surrounding them. So where is it? Hopefully I've sent someone to come marching in. We will deal with that. Actually, let's take two of these guys. We don't need both of those. I have a feeling I have assigned someone to this role, but there we go. So that's got that covered. So that's going to be fine. So Australia might be worth doing as if just to knock them out to the Allies. There's some resources there. So it's possibility. But we really need a stopping off stone, or stopping off naval base, I should probably say, to get ourselves across to the United States of America. So remember, to win wars, I've said it before, own all the resources so the enemy can't use them, and knock out the enemy's core territories. Don't bugger about going for like minor powers, not wasting time and money and men and energy. Go straight for the enemy core territories, and only go for minor powers and just general land if it's going to bring you resources or put you in a better position to knock out the enemy cores. So we've got to get the United States, we've got to get the UK out of the war. Those are the major powers that are left in, are they not? USA should be in there. Why has Norway got a hand? Germans have got something going on over there. Okay, that's fine. The USA should be in this. Why are the USA not in this? Just let me see if I missed them. They are, but for some reason they're not classed as a major power. Unless that's not listed like that anymore. Anyway, whatever. Sure, that's how that's supposed to be signified, but USA and UK need to be knocked out. Let's work on that then. So, let us find... How am I going to do this? Who owns this one currently? This is owned by the Community of the Philippines. Let me have a little look at that. So they're at war with pretty much everyone, and I think I'm in that, am I not? No. They're part of the Allies, though. Oh, hey, I see. It's separate war. I was looking at the wrong war. So we could do that. Let's bring something up that's going to invade. Do we have the Marines out yet? I don't think we... Oh, hang on. Maybe we do. We do. Excellent. Right. Let's bring them over to the closest stopping off point we can get. And we basically need to just do a bit of island hopping. We'll get down to there. We'll get down to there, and we'll launch a full-scale invasion of Australia. And then we're also going to island hop this way, and we'll take something out here that Japan doesn't have to let us island hop to America and claim it as our own. And we don't want to be launching invasions from Chinese territory, because I think that will allow the Chinese to claim them as their own. That's my thoughts. We also need to have a little look at construction. They're dockyards. What we're going to need to do is put the naval base. Let's have a look at supply for a moment. So what are we using as supply? It is this place right here. It is Shanghai, which is no great surprise. So if all the supplies are going through there, we need to maximize that as a naval base. Did I do that? I should have maximized that. Let me just check. Shanghai 4. Put it at the top. I think I have. So that's going to increase the amount of supplies we can send overseas. And meanwhile, we need to have a look at the naval situation. So that is not looking like much of a problem. But let's get the mine subs on. Do we have any more mine subs, by the way? We don't at the moment. So let's put these two new escort destroyers into here. I should have put them in there, actually. Let's put them in there. Because it looks better to do that. And then what we're going to do... I'll split that in two, don't worry. That's my plan. We need to add convoy defense. We actually need to add quite a bit of convoy defense in here. Because there's other places getting involved now. Not quite sure where we're going to go. I'll put those in as well. In fact, let's put everything in. Aha. Everything. Don't worry, we've got more ships coming. Right, so we're going to start building up the naval supremacy, which is helped hugely by the Japanese Navy. So we're taking advantage of that, which was always part of the plan. And we need to wait for the Marines to show up. Refugee Relief Agency. All right, so this thing going down here, this was, it gives us war support. The New Life movement. We gain more stability, but we're already maxed out. But does that mean... I don't know if we can go above 100%. And it then just counts against anything that will detract from it later. I'm not sure, so I might just hold off for a bit on that. Although I do want the rural schooling. That is really where we're working towards, isn't it? Okay, I want the... I'm not going to wait. We're going to go for it. And we're going to worry about the economy situation afterwards. Military factories. Let me just have a quick look. I think we're okay for steel and stuff, aren't we? Certainly okay for rubber for the rest of our life, our natural life. So, this is nice. Excellent. We should have lots of steel available. Yeah, that's looking good. Aluminium's a bit tight, and fuel. Fuel we need to work on, but steel we can actually spend in, so that's good. The infantry equipment's coming up. The artillery's looking good. The trucks are good. Wow, we've got a ton of fighters going on there, and close support stuff. How much space do we have in there? Is that all? Right, give me that close support. That was the close support, wasn't it? Okay, we're going to put those on and put them on training. And they are going to support the Marines as well. And also in here, we're going to put... We'll put a couple of fighters who will also support the Marines when they're done. So they're in training. So the aircraft are okay for now. The advanced naval bombers... Oh, we can put some of those boys out and actually set them to work. I don't know where they're going to be needed, to be quite honest. The improved light tank. We needed to modify that slightly. Let's put a factory on there. And we're going to put some factories in there in which we have plenty. So this is looking quite good for us. And we'll just make sure we've got enough equipment. And holy crap, we have a lot of factories. We can take stuff out of lots of things here, so we're looking good. Let me just modify. Where's the light tank template? That's okay. We're going to modify this. So this is the improved one. Because I forgot, and thanks for pointing this out in the YouTube comments, I forgot to put the extra fuel drums on this. I did it on the early one. I forgot to do it on that. So we're going to put it on that, and that is the 36A. And we're probably going to replace that very soon anyway. They're just going in as reconnaissance companies. We're not actually using them in combat. But we do need to then at some point develop the good old... what's the next one up? The amphibious tanks as well. So, work requires to be done. Now, where can I get... I need to get a bit of a... I've got some naval bombers, you know, doing Like, not very much at the moment. Do we have room for some more in there? Those guys are doing very little. I'll tell you what, let's put two wings of naval bombers in ready to train. And I'll just train them up. And then it'll tell me when they're done. Are we done with this? I suspect we probably are. Yeah, we've maxed that out. Okay, so that one's fine. And then from there, we could play with the air crews and stuff. Ace effectiveness. No, I think that's okay. Well, there's naval stuff we could really, really do with. The navy that I have, there's light cruisers and destroyers. So there's something, I'm going to use them as screening ships, and we might one day get a battleship and a carrier produced. I consider it unlikely in the time frame of this game, but you never know. So our borders are looking pretty solid. I've got a stack of troops over here. Let's just slow this down so it can tick away. I don't need all these troops over here. There's nothing to really defend, is there? I've put a huge stack of those guys defending Calcutta. Oh, God, there is stuff to defend? Okay, I need to actually pay attention to this then. Because we have... the Blues were defending the ports along this coast. And we have a lot defending Singapore. So as soon as we've doubled up somewhere, and there should be a spot back here, there's... I think I just put this one on the coast because it's got a... It might have a supply hub on or something. And the only coastal place I can see up here is Rangoon. So let's railroad that division into Rangoon. There might be another one on this coastline up here somewhere. There is. There's two more, in fact. So there's... Is it that one? There is that one. It's just south of Dakar. Dakar? Probably pronouncing that all wrong. Do we have... For some reason, we have a port here left completely empty. Do I have any more? I don't seem to have any more of these guys. So we're going to start taking from these. Because mistakes are being made, and that's not supposed to be how this works. So one there. These are my port defense infantry. We'll happily spread them around the Pacific if need be. And I think there was one. Yeah, I noticed one here. And as long as that's it, that's fine. So we're going to have a nice big stack of these dudes. In fact, I could bring some of these over. I don't need them all. No, I don't need them all defending there. Let me rethink that. Because we've got this pretty well fixed. Mind you, I would like to make sure I hold that. It's fine. I've got 24 of these port defense divisions. We're not going to need them elsewhere. Not that many. Certainly not yet. But what I might do is just put half of these somewhere else, because supplies aren't getting through. And we've got a spare dockyard. This is excellent. So we're churning out destroyers really quick. These submarines, not so fast. We've got enough convoys for what we need to do at the moment. I need to develop some sort of attack subs. We don't really have many points to spend on this. What am I researching? Anything? Nothing to do with the Navy at the moment. Do I have... Let me just check. What submarine models do I have? I only have the early ones. Right, I'm not going to make any early attack subs. We could make some 1936 attack subs when we research it. I'm not going to spend... Yeah, go on, I will spend the dockyard. I'm going to put it into convoys for now. Convoys we should be okay, but there's no harm in building up a big stock. We'll need them for naval invasions and supply, actually, so there is that. So the Marines over here, you guys are going to do one of these. There we go. Hopefully that will become my territory. And what we should do is just put the air wings that we've got. How long till the Marines are ready to go? 14 days. So the air wings have got 14 days to train up. And then they're going in support. They might not reach there, but that's the plan. So we were doing military police to try and improve the garrison situation. We've got all sorts of stuff going on. I think it's time we started probably working up a little bit more of the Navy. Because we need something that's going to give us some punch against the US Navy. So this isn't a particularly important anything. It's just like a stepping stone to help us get down there. We'll reinforce it as a naval base. It'll allow our armies to then leapfrog onto the next one. Excuse me, you can probably hear my dog woofing in the background. Let's see, what's this? Lend-lease from the Soviet Union. T-60. I'll accept some T-60s. I mean, if it's free, I'm not going to turn it down. What the hell's happened here? So the enemy has tried to counter... Oh my god, the enemy's made a massive counter-attack here. How did I not spot this? They haven't taken any ports. By god, this is grim. This is really, really, really bad. Right, give me another guy. We need to kind of leave one. We need to try and hook some of this stuff up. You don't need to march on Calcutta, actually. Just not yet. Just take that town there. Right, this army here. I mean, this is a sodding mess. I'm going to go and shoot that dog in a minute if one of my family don't get him sorted out. He's been incredibly noisy. Right, off we go. Because I don't think there's much there to really stop them. But that's a little scrappy, is that? Now we have lots of forces. I might just assign something to a coastal defense area. These guys are cut off up here. This is shockingly bad of me to have allowed this to happen. Not quite sure exactly how it did happen. Excuse me a minute, folks. I'm just going to go and see what the noise is. Never work with children and animals, I think they say, and it is absolutely true. Right, so we need to try and... Let's get this rolling. We need to try and set this back up, because I have clearly made some sort of blunder here. This green army. Let's take this green army. They don't seem to be doing an awful lot of anything else. And let's just set that to... See, this is what happens when you take your eye off the ball for a moment. It very quickly goes horribly wrong. Let's do that and get things shifting. We'll soon put this right. It's just a damn nuisance. So this is the Dominion of India. Hang on a minute. What the hell happened here? That was the Soviet Union just the last time we looked. So the Soviet Union didn't bother to cover any of that at all. It's a really good job we left... No, hang on. This has gone wrong. This has gone wrong over here as well. Right, take one into there. We need to try and get this to link back up. And we need to try and chop this off and at least meet up with the mountains over there. Oh, God, this is... So... There's me saying that we can't get at any of the allies because of the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union's had some massive collapse. That's actually going to work in our favour. So let's just forget about the business over there for the time being. And let's bring up... How many of these guys have I got? This is supposed to be a big, aggressive infantry, isn't it? Right, they don't seem to be doing a whole lot else. So what we need to do is grab them. I don't have anything on this. There isn't a front line here anymore. This is the problem. Okay. I see what the issue is. Let's put them on there. They're going to take the sea road because... Oh. Never rely on other countries to do anything properly. Ever. Right, so this is looking okay. I think we're going to get this situation back. Who's this? This is owner of the Dominion of India. No, it's not. It's El Stalin. Right, so we've got a front line there. At least that's going to stop any nonsense coming through. And that's fine. We need to then push out that way is what we need to do. So we're going to have a lot of big divisions going by sea here. Right. Don't just sit there looking at that area. Go and take it. There's absolutely no reason why we can't just go and march up through all of this. Now that that's been recovered, go and sort that out. Right, get that off there. There's no divisions on half of these flipping territories. This is the reason why. At least we got the big divisions into the ports. Right, they've cancelled the Lend-Lease, which is no great surprise. Let me take one of these and just march him all the way over this. So he's done that, and then he comes back in a circle. And that will let you actually put that right. So that's okay. The army that's supposed to be doing this doesn't seem to be doing an awfully good job of it. Give me one division. Let's just march. Give me one division, please. Just one division. March over there. You can just go... I don't think there's anything here. I don't know where the enemy are, in fact. If I tick that order off, get that order going. Honestly, it's like I have to do everything myself in this game. Let's see. We could really do with taking up to the... certainly up to the river. Let's leave one behind and just move in. These aren't particularly good aggressive soldiers I've got going in here, so... However... these guys are... Do they have any air support? They do not. Right. Let me just put on as an offensive line. Let's do... Hang on. Let's tidy that up. I've got a better idea. Let's do that as the first offensive line. So get planning. What airplanes have we got? They're covering the cavalry army. So the ones I was going to put in charge of... Let's put those over the Reds. 200 on air superiority. And another 200 on ground attack support missions over there. So that will make a difference. And what we kind of want now is some more aircraft, please. Any more of these? Yep, great. Get them training. And I need to expand my airfields a little bit, I think. Let's see. Do we have a couple of those? Brilliant. Get them training. Ready for whoever I'm going to support next. Probably the Marines. When the Marines go. Do we still have naval superiority, by the way? I think the Marines should probably just go in, to be quite honest. Are they ready for it? Yeah, just go for it. I think they're going to be fine. I think the Marines will go in fine there. So that's been tidied up nicely, eventually. Let's push that further south, because I don't think anyone's really paying any attention there. I don't want to push this too far. And this all messes up, but let's tidy this up. So, the Marines. They're on their way. There's something going to meet them. I haven't got anything big and nasty. I think we're going to wrestle control of that. It's looking quite promising, isn't it? I guess our guys are just better quality. Well, actually, they don't have a lot of attack, but we're in there, so. And let's also... You can help out on the battle for there. And we just have to watch out that they don't do something silly like form a front line of one area, and then we lose the entire place. So, this should be... I'm not sure what happened to the armies that came across here, but it looks like it's all done. Nearly. And if there's anything left there, we should be fine. There we go. It's nearly done. So the army's coming across here. I think the big red army, with its aircraft in support, should be able to do this. Some divisions not in position. Do it. I don't think there's much stopping you there. Big army going across, and we'll bring up divisions to hold the ports as we go. We're going to have to set something defending a coastline, I think. So that went a little bit funky, didn't it? Maybe we'll have another theatre, India defence or something, and we'll put everything over there. So yes, it is true that some divisions are not in position. We should be okay for supplies. We've got a good line holding up in the mountains over there. That bit's safe. This bit's owned by the Soviet Union. It's kind of in the way. But this is going to be to our advantage, actually, because India's got a huge amount of resources, and we might be able to tap into some of their manpower. For all, it won't really be ours, but I think we can take some. Because we've got the... I think we've got the advisor who increases the non-core manpower. I'm not sure if that works from occupied territories. It maybe only be ones after you've signed the peace deal. Maybe. But anyway, that's fine. We were looking at oil production. We've maxed out on oil production, which is good. This would save our fuel by quite a bit if we went down here. That works. That's a good one, actually. More from refineries. And fuel gain per oil as well. So that would save us some huge effort. Jets. Oh, God, we need jets. We should probably go to jets. We were working up these. I can't remember the specific job I had. I wanted longer range naval bombers, but we got the best effect by going for these with drop tanks. Tanks, we are... Oh, we're working on the tanks, so that's okay. Let me go for the oil then. This oil is likely to be a bit of an issue. I don't have a huge reserve of fuel. And we're putting more aircraft into play all the time as well. So, yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll try and knock out the Allied airports over here by nobbling this port or this base and that base. But anyway, our initial objective, did we make it? Oh, this is an extra region. I think our Marines are definitely going to get a medal for that. Give them the Order of the Sword for division attack. Well worth it. We need to finish these off, though. Can we not? We should be able to. I thought this was just a 2-region area. It clearly isn't. Anyway, that's okay. The Marines have done a great job. We're micromanaging this one. We should probably be watching the big important thing kicking off. But that's okay. We go back here because this is where the port is, right? And from there, we plan our next objective. Let's move in one of our port defense units. We've got one from here. These are the right ones, aren't they? Defense templates. They are. So that'll do. And then the Marines can then plan the next island hopping plan. And I would like to have, so I always like to have this, a bit of radar on there. And an airfield. At least one. One will probably do for now. Oh, actually, yeah, let's make it 2 because we might want... I'll make it 3 because we want enough support aircraft for the marine divisions in as well, don't we? So let's whack those over near the top. I was making some supply depots somewhere. I've obviously forgotten what the plan was for those. I think I was trying to increase the supply situation for the armies up here in case anything went bad against the USSR. So anyway, as we are pushing through, we have the entire cavalry division here. Should we try and punch them through to Delhi? Let's go to Lucknow. We'll go there. Actually, just halt, railroad to Lucknow, and then we can manually advance from there. Well, actually, that's where I want to go, isn't it? Yeah. As long as we end up holding... You guys do not have an army, a front line anymore. We are going to have to try and arrange some decent holding positions. Right, I would like... They've got a long walk off there. That's fine. I need... Oh, I've got more armies over here than I really know what to do with at the moment. I need an army in Calcutta. Right, there's no port there. You were supposed to be there. You got to Dhaka. Dhaka? Okay. Wasn't there another one up the coast somewhere? I think this is the one. I've put them in the town. I think they were supposed to be going to Calcutta. Alright, so the Green Army achieved its goal. Do I need an India Coastal Defence Force? Because if I do, that's going to be massive. Is that the one with the port? It is.